Clapper, clap, clap.
Clapper.
You love that clapper.
I do. I love the clapper. Hi, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Mike Morales here in sunny Southern California.
I'm Alex Perez.
You are listening and watching to a very special edition or rendition of Sipping Off the Cuff on Tequila Aficionado Media, all of our channels and networks. We are on location, as you can tell. This is not our studio. We have
This is not my bar.
this is not your bar. It's not my bar either, for sure. We are filming this at the Hotel Amarano in the Hollywood Burbank area.
We invaded their restaurant.
We invaded. Yeah, we took over, as we do. The Tequila Aficionado takeover of the Hotel Amarano and their bar. Their bar's got a great name. It's called FYC, and that's for your consideration. So it's a very, very Hollywood centric, but it's very cozy too. I mean, it's a hidden gem. If you've never been here, you really should take a staycation or swing by and check it out. Have a drink at the bar.
This is wrong.
All the movie stars stay here during their divorce.
Yeah.
Did I say that?
Too much information.
Ooh.
You have a separate interest if you're famous, though.
Yeah, so you're never, yeah. If you're famous and you're watching us, first of all, why are you watching us if you're famous? And secondly, yeah, they have a back way in, so they can't find you. Don't worry about it. They got you covered.
We're connected, Clooney.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. We do know Clooney. Rosemary Clooney. Anyway, folks, the reason we're here is because we are tasting and dissecting a very special tequila called Rodeo De Las Aguas. And
so we did the Blanco.
We did the Blanco.
The Repo.
The Repo.
Añejo.
The Añejo. And the reason this is the Añejo Cristalino. That's the reason why we went in this rotation, in this the sequence of the expressions, because yeah, I know Cristalino. What's the point, right? We're going to go through the. I mean, you saw, if you haven't seen our Añejo review, the work that went into that Añejo. I'm expecting this Cristalino to have maybe a little bit of that character that we tasted in the Añejo. We're going to find out. We've never had it before. We have had the Blanco and we've had the extra Añejo, and we'll tell you about that story later. But we just popped the seal on this sucker. I think we're just going to pour it and taste it. As you can tell, for those of you who are into Cristalinos, it is an off color. There's a tinge of color to it. It's not exactly crystal.
Cream,
It's like a light cream.
light straw.
Light straw. Well, even lighter straw. Yeah, I'm not even sure you can see that on our camera, but it's definitely not as clear as the Blanco, which you can see behind us there. The Blanco is behind us directly, but we're gonna just pour it, taste it. I will do the honors here for you.
The Glencairn, please.
The Glencairn, and I broke it. I'm sorry. Did I overdo it?
No, it's okay.
Okay,
You're fine. Yeah.
he's licensed. I'm not. I'm
licensed
gonna
to pour.
He's licensed to pour. I'm licensed
to drink.
I'm licensed to kill. Here I'm going to pour mine in a Riedel glass, which is a tequila glass. It is initially sanctioned glass for tequila. We like to use the Tazos Jarritos because that's our official tequila glass as well. And the Glencairn, solid glassware for just about any spirit. What did you get on the nose? Oh, look at the bubbles on that. Wow, you got some lingering bubbles on that. Holy cats. Oh, wow.
It's got some beautiful legs. Again, the color is it's not crystalline because obviously it's a filtered añejo.
Yes,
right.
It is a filtered añejo, and you can make a Cristalino, even though it's not an officially sanctioned expression. People are making it from reposados, añejos, and extra añejos. So anything that's aged, they can strip the color. The idea is you strip the color or you strip the aromas from the aged spirits, and it's the biggest trend in Mexico. It's catching up here. Everybody wants one, even though the CRT, the governing body of tequila, has not officially sanctioned it as an expression. In fact, you and I did a tasting not too long ago at our HQ, which is El Cholo in Pasadena.
I know what you're going to say.
We had a tasting of a joven, which is unofficially sanctioned
One of the five, yeah.
one of the five. But hardly anybody makes them anymore, but they require a lot of work. With this one, they strip the color, and to be fair, to be honest, Alex and I have had a few, I've done a few tastings with some of our other TJs. They haven't been great.
Well, Cristalino's been around for a while. I mean, who was the
Jose
first that
Cuervo,
made
Maestro
Cristalino
Dobel.
was Maestro Dobel.
And they did it right.
The OG was
The
good
OG
stuff.
was really good.
The stuff now isn't,
Not even a
it was,
shadow
what
of
it
what
was
it was.
we've had some great Cristalinos.
Right. And we've
some that are using some patent pending
processes.
techniques and processes. So I'm always hoping to find another great Cristalino, even though I'm really hooked on Jovens.
Well, after that last Joven, we want to go revisit the first and only Joven I've ever had in a long, long time was Casanova. They made the original Joven,
right?
And that was like amazing stuff. And I don't even know if they don't even make it anymore. But we've talked to people at Partida.
That's a treasure bottle.
We tried to tell them, hey, you should really make a Joven. I don't know if that's going to ever happen or not, but they do have a Cristalino, which was pretty decent that night that you and I had. So I've got some high hopes for this one.
So this is 24 months in oak. 24 months.
24 months in oak and then stripped out.
So they're using charcoal filtering.
All right.
Now there's an art to that.
Yeah, and it's
there's an art to that. There's science behind that.
I had no idea that it was as labor intensive as barrel management.
Yeah. So it's not just stripping through a bunch of filters. They really have to play with it. They have to play with. From what we understand is you're using all these small batches until you get what you want, right?
Right. Some of them, you can only imagine how many batches they've gotten rid of that have not,
been up to par.
Not been up to par. And I think because of the process, it's really easy to mess it up.
Right.
There's no telling how many small batches that are messed up,
Now, right off the bat, I love the nose. Because
it's very subtle.
Yeah, typically you have the companies are compensating for what they've lost in the filtering process. So guess what?
Compensating, that's a good word. That's a good. I like that. I like that, compensating. I just used enhancement.
Enhancement. So they're putting stuff in there because you lose it when you filter it, right?
Right.
Doesn't mean it's necessarily a bad thing. Many people enjoy that. But again, we're going back to, why would you strip out this out of an añejo, right?
Well, yeah.
Obviously, there's a market for it. And this Cristalino, and typically Cristalinos will bring out different things that the añejo won't bring out.
I will say that I love how it's keeping the body. The legs and tiers are consistent from the Blanco all the way through to this Cristalino. These legs and tiers are gorgeous. Legs and tiers are streaming like Netflix. By the way, they're building a studio over here on this side of the hotel.
Netflix
right next door. Now, you know what else I'm getting now? I'm getting honeysuckle. Not necessarily honey, but I'm getting honeysuckle and maybe a little vanilla.
Okay.
More than I did.
I still get the vanilla. You get the vanilla still coming through. Agave's still coming through for me on this.
I have to let it open because again, I'm using I'm using a Riedel.
So my bowl is a little bigger than yours.
Hey, let's not compare bowls.
Talking about the glass.
Okay. It is mellower on the nose, and I can what people. Some people are saying that aged spirits tend to be a little intimidating to some sippers, primarily women. I don't know who they're marketing this to, the Cristalino primarily. Maybe, women and a few good men, I guess. But these Cristalinos are less intimidating to people who are not used to aged spirits like a Scotch or bourbon drinkers, things like that, or even, high-powered whiskey drinkers.
Or I'm diving into this.
Let's go. Let's find out. Oh, wow. You know what?
Getting a lot of olive ones here.
Yeah, but it's standing up to what we got.
Oh, yeah.
This was it's just like a touch or a hair under the añejo and a hair over the repo. It's like right in between that spectrum.
Got a little niche there. So I'm curious as to what technique are they using? Are they bringing back the flavor molecules? Are they playing with certain
Well,
filters?
you and I have only been exposed to one that's patent pending, and these were put together by a distillery that we visited personally. We know that master distillers they're chemical engineers. I have no idea what the process is for this, except what they're telling us is filtered to, activated charcoal filtering. And we know that it's labor intensive. I mean, when they strip these batches, they wind up with this mud at the bottom of your container. But I like, here, I'm going to say this. I like the fact that there is still some color. You can see the añejo behind us, okay? It was fairly dark. And I like the fact that this still has some color. That means it still has some of the barrel notes and the character that we got in the añejo that aren't totally gone. They haven't been filtered completely, because there are cristalinos out there that look like a blanco.
I see this as a delicate version of the añejo.
Like añejo light.
Añejo light. No, not añejo light. A delicate añejo.
Okay.
Because it's a more rounded. It's even more rounded than the añejo.
Well, the añejo was pretty bold. I will say that. In fact, and I didn't say this when we did the review, but if you don't use the proper glassware, but you're going to serve it to yourself in a rocks glass. In fact, do I have one here? I'll probably have one somewhere. There it is. This is what a rocks glass looks like, and this one has vodka in it. If you serve it in a rocks glass with some ice, it would open up. So this is almost like what that añejo would be like if you served it on ice.
Probably.
Yeah.
It's actually very good.
Yeah, and it's got some more fruity notes in it.
Passes through it.
The fruity notes that I'm getting are much more elevated.
And the spice notes are still coming through.
Yes. I gotta go through a second pass here. Now, what are you getting on the finish? Are you getting a finish?
It's a medium to long. That's good. And I'm getting that consistent olive oil, which I love.
Oh, me too. I mean, that's coming from the Blanco. You start with a great Blanco. The rest of the line, it's a good indicator how the rest of the line is working. Well, the barrel management for this thing is amazing. I'm impressed. There was only one that Alex and I have had personally, and we know who they are. Should we mention that?
Sure. Casa Sebes.
Casa Sebes. They make several tequilas out there. It's a small distillery, small to medium. They only take on certain clients. They're very, very particular who they work with. But they have a patent pending method that they pretty much showed to us.
Wow.
And this is really good. This is better than some of the mains. Well, it's better than any of the mainstream ones that we've had.
No,
Don Julio,
just,
the Maestro Dobel, they don't stand a chance.
No, that's very well made.
And again, the telltale sign is this. Look behind me. That's the añejo you're looking at, that dark one. You don't see the extra añejo in there because we're going to do that next. So this is what it turns into. And I'm hoping that you can see that on our camera. It's a light tinge of yellow. Oh, that'll work. Yeah, let's see if we can do that. I don't know. Can you tell now? Yeah, that. See that? Just cover up my face. Don't pretend I'm not here.
The disembodied voice.
I'm the
disembodied
the
voice.
masked sipper.
The masked sipper.
The masked sipper. And that's the color.
It's got a light hint, a light hue.
A tinge
of
the añejo. Look how dark that añejo is from back here.
Yeah.
You can tell. And I just, do we have a price point on this one?
We do, sir.
Okay.
So the Cristalino, 109.
You know what? For a well-made Cristalino, I'm all in. I'm all in. And I thought, you know how picky we are with this stuff, because Not every Cristalino out there is going to have this kind of character. Not all the characters been stripped out. And again, yeah, we got batch number 1. But I got to tell you, they have not missed a step.
And you know what you can tell right away that nothing has been
Oh, yeah.
enhanced. No enhancements.
No. If you start with a good enough barrel, you shouldn't have to put anything in the end to try to compensate
Or correct.
or rectify, right? That's another word that we like using. There's no reason to enhance it because there's no enhancements here.
Right.
You know, it's not on PEDs, folks. So forget it. Not on PEDs. Well, you know what? Here we go. My turn to hold the panel.
Do the honors.
Brand of Promise nominee.
Brand of Promise.
And we're very particular on the Cristalinos, folks, because I know you are too. All right. I know some of you still don't get it, but for those of you who are jumping on that Cristalino bandwagon, you would be
delighted.
You would be delighted. And if you didn't try it, you would be ill-advised. Okay. And where can you get it? You can't find it everywhere, but you will be able to order it here at the Hotel Amarano at the FYC at the For Your Consideration bar. If you're a local, stop on by. I believe they're going to be available here shortly. It's a program that we're very fortunate that Tequila Aficionado and the Hotel Amarano and the FYC are going to be working together.
Collaboration.
A collaboration. It's just a collab.
It's a collab.
It's a collab. Because you know that's how the kids are calling it now. It's a collab. But you know, we're upping the tequila game for the hotel because it's something that they could tell that it was something that was being asked for, and there was a need for it. And we said, well, you don't want to have everything in here, you know, because obviously it's not a big enough bar to house it all. But we had a few under our belts, and we had tasted this one at a restaurant in Beverly Hills. We discovered the brand owners. I've told the story several times, so I'm not going to tell it again. But watched the other videos and watched our extra añejo video, because I'll tell that story again. That's coming up. But if you've had it, tell us what you're doing with it. How much? You know, could you make a cocktail with this? What would you do with this thing? What do you do with Cristalinos besides just sipping?
Just sip it. Why do you? I mean,
it's a cocktail in a glass, right?
It's interesting you say that because.
Well, you make a cocktail. Oh,
you have. Was it still opening?
No, I'm getting tobacco.
Oh yeah,
I got tobacco. It's like char. It's almost like
it's still opening up.
It's still opening up, and of course it's a riedel. I mean,
still opening up.
It's gonna take a while.
Interesting you mentioned cocktails because a lot of people are getting into clarified cocktails.
I don't know what that is.
Okay.
Explain to me, Lucy. Explain to me, Lucy.
So a clarified cocktail is when you take a cocktail that usually has.
Is that a cocktail with a translator?
No.
Do they speak Japanese?
Gosh. You take a cocktail that's got color in it.
Okay.
Okay. Like a Negroni.
Right.
Or even a margarita. You got a lime green margarita.
Yeah.
With the lime and everything. And you actually put milk in it.
Ew.
Wait. You let it curdle.
Ew.
Wait a minute. It actually strips the color down. And then you put it through a filter. You filter it maybe a couple of times.
Time for that.
Hey, we're professionals.
Okay. All right.
We're professional bartenders. That's what we do.
Yeah, I know you are, yeah.
So you filter it, and then you've got a clear cocktail. So it almost plays tricks on you because you're having a Negroni or you're having a margarita and it's clear over ice, and you're wondering, okay, it's this, but it's I'm
gonna open up my new bar. It's going to be called WTF.
WTF.
So
this would be something that you could make in a old fashioned or whatever you would want to make. You substitute a whiskey or a rum.
So there's no need to clarify it.
No, exactly. It's clear.
Okay.
So imagine having a clear old fashioned.
I would try that because I trust Alex. I'm not a cocktail guy. I've said this before, but
I don't know how clear it would be because obviously you got the bitters and you got, but
maybe he's a translator.
The main cocktail is
clear would be
the base alcohol is clear.
That's my favorite color.
But anyway, that's my.
It's clearer.
Is that clear for you?
Yes, it's clear. It's clear as day.
It's crystal.
Yeah, it's crystal.
Crystal clear.
Anyway, folks, that's our take on Rodeo de las Aguas Cristalino. Stick with us. We got one more expression that we're going to follow up with, and that's the extra
You
añejo.
better hurry up before they kick us out of here.
Yeah, I know, because they're gearing up to open up this bar. So here we go. Whatever you're doing, folks, tomar sabiamente.
Sip wisely. Don't knock over my lights.
I'm not going to say it.